In our word study, we think about 5 stages of development. In the first stage, the children are just getting sound-symbol correspondence. They're working with beginning consonants. And you can see that in their spelling. When they go to spell the word pet, they'll spell it P or PT, and they'll leave out the vowel. And so for these children, the word study is important that works on beginning sounds and ending sounds. And then at the next stage, they'll look at short vowels. And then that's what we'll have them focus on. And they will make spelling errors based on how it feels in the mouth when they spell. So a nice example is the word drive. They will spell drive with the JR because it's an easier sound for them to make. And so we can look at their spelling and try to figure out what kind of word study to do. So the children who are what we call the letter name stage of spelling are looking at short vowels and consonant blends and diagrams. Now in the next stage, they're looking at long vowel patterns. And what I think is interesting is that even though you're looking at short vowels in the previous stage and long vowels in this stage, you continue to look at consonant blends and diagrams across those 2 stages. So in fact, looking at vowels is in parallel with looking at consonant blends and diagrams. Now the word study that we're doing is not designed to teach kids words, but it's designed to teach kids how to think about words. How do you learn words? By plenty of reading. So in our programs, we want to make sure that that child has plenty of time in the saddle to do plenty of reading. The word study that we do is at their instructional level. And when we introduce it, they should have a pretty good feel for what we're talking about. And we're looking for automaticity in their ability to analyze words. Then the next 2 stages after the long vowels have to do with 2-syllable words. And so the next to last stage is when they're looking at how 2-syllable words combine. They're looking at simple prefixes and suffixes and consonant doubling, as in stop and stopping, hope, hoping, and hop, hopping. So they look at how syllables combine, they look at syllabication and simple affixation or prefixes and suffixes. And then in the final stage, and that we call the derivational relation stage, where we're looking at derivational morphology, the history of the words. We're looking at Greek and Latin roots, which are so important to their learning content vocabulary. We know that 85 to 92%, depending on the study that you're looking at, of the vocabulary in our content area is related to Greek and Latin roots. And so this is the time that you're really making the connection to their content area. But one of the sort of caveats at this stage is that we are not teaching isolated words. We're teaching kids words that are similar in meaning. When we're teaching one word, we're actually teaching 10. And so if you look at the root vary, like in verify, think of all the words that are related to V-A-R-I. So you have variable, variability. And so we ask the children to make lists of words that are related. And by having more than one word out, by having 10 or so words with the root, they can see the meaning connection and they internalize that for when they read on their own. And so the way I like to think about it at these upper levels is that the children are thinking deeply and looking deeply at words. And that means that they won't be able to look deeply at all words, but we're teaching them how to think about words, and we've chosen words that are most important for them to look at. And we can look at our texts and be selective in the words.